Hi everyone, Christine Altos here, and I'm super excited about today's Mom Talk because I get to interview a really good friend of mine, Melissa Miller Harris. She'll be joining me here very shortly on this video live. So just to end a little bit of the confusion that you may have of where to find this video, is today you're absolutely finding it on my regular profile because we tried earlier today to do it on my business page just to get it all set up, and it just would not work. So it looks like I'm gonna have to go live for these mom talks on my regular profile so that everybody can see it, and also so I can also allow people to be added. So I see my guest of honor is here, so let's get her added. Oops. Pushing the wrong buttons. Approve. Okay. So here. Yay. Hi, everybody. So Melissa's just being added on here. It's getting connected. Yay.
Hi.
All right. Give me a virtual high five.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a virtual high five because we got this working.
But you know, I did end up seeing a little button that said to send a request. I didn't see it when we were on the other page, but the reason we got it to work on this page is I saw that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I don't know why it wasn't working on the page, but
right.
It's working here, so that's awesome.
So it's a little bit of a learning curve for me too. So
yeah. Well, this is new, so I'm taking advantage of it and I'm using it.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So first, thank you for joining me here on, I believe this is my 4th Mom Talk interview. And I'm so excited that you said yes to me.
Aww. Who can say no to you?
Oh, come on. Do you have your little puppy in your room?
No, Puppy, my new little puppy, who is, for those of you who don't know, she's 2 pounds. She's half Yorkie, half Pomeranian. She is crazy and she likes to be on me no matter what I'm doing. So when we were testing, she was crawling on my shoulders. No, she like totally went and put herself in her little bed. It's totally a God thing. So because she gets a little bit jiggy, let me tell you.
Yeah. She would steal the show for sure.
She would.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Today my guest is Melissa Miller Harris, and we have been working together for what, 8 years now? Is that how long?
Yeah, quite a long time.
Wow, I can't believe 8 years has gone by. Hi, Tegan. Yeah, so what I was hoping you could do for us today is kind of give us a background in what interested you in the networking industry. Now, I know you've been in it for quite a few years. Now, was it the actual business model that got you interested in network marketing, or was it the actual products and what it could do for people that really got you rocking in this industry?
Well, I have been full-time in this industry and made crazy money since 1996. And I love that you say unemployable. Once you understand this industry and the dynamics and you create a residual income, it really spoils you and you just can't imagine doing anything else. But what initially got me, because I watched my parents do 9 direct sales companies as a kid. So I really, if you came to talk to me about an opportunity, you know that word, opportunity, I was like this, because I just didn't feel it was a fit for me. But now looking back, I understand that you really have to find products, services, people, things that you're truly passionate about, so that you just become a crusader for something you're passionate about and something that you have results with and something that works. So I originally got involved because my son was very, very sick, and I had kind of given up on the medical community. They couldn't help him anymore. And adenoids out, tonsils out, tubes in the ears, 21 food allergies, migraine headaches. They wanted me to give him shots. And we all know how much we love our children, and it was such suffering for him and such suffering for me to watch it because I loved him so much. So I actually had somebody send me a cassette. Okay, I'm dating myself. Wasn't an 8-track, but it was a cassette. uh but I might have had one of those too. So the cassette, Dr. Wallach, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And I had like 3 people send them to me. Finally, I listened to him. I was desperate at that point with my son, and who is now 36 years old and extremely healthy. But I was really scared. I was really scared because they really couldn't do anything for him anymore. So I listened to Dr. Wallach's cassette, and it completely changed my life because it opened my mind to the fact that it's really not what the medical community is telling you sometimes. You know, they are definitely trained on how to put a Band-Aid on things, give you pharmaceuticals, how to operate. And thank God for the good doctors, because we need stitches sometimes and we need antibiotics, and there's times that we need good physicians. But I really believe that everybody needs to educate and empower themselves, understand your body, how it works, and the healing, the body wants to heal itself, it just needs the raw materials. So when I heard that information, I changed my course. I changed my sails on my boat, basically, and started sailing in another direction, and became very much a researcher and looking for solutions in medical nutrition and natural medicine to help people. So I'm telling you, that's something I can be passionate about, because we're surrounded by many, many people who are not healthy. We're surrounded by a sea of sick people. So that's really how I got into it. And my passion was truly helping people. But you've got to think about this. There's all these products on the market that really the distribution cost of what you pay to get it off the shelf is about 70%. So it makes a lot more sense to me to have incredible products that you can move to the end consumer and eliminate that middleman. And not pay for all the big advertising and everything. So I've done very, very well, but I've truly been blessed and fortunate enough to do what I'm super passionate about, and that is educating and empower people on how to avoid unnecessary drugs and surgery. And I've done pretty well at it, and the benefits are amazing, because you see people's lives change, because when people are sick, there's no quality of life.
Absolutely. Yes, and you can attest for that, because your son years ago was like that. And then of course you also have a grandson that this helped as well, and completely changed the direction of his life. Really, you've been able to nurture him into an incredible life. Could you maybe share a little bit about Boston's story?
Sure. And for those of you who don't know, if you go to my website, melissamillerharris.com, there's my bios on there. And also there's under the about, there's Boston's story. And I'm getting ready to update that with a few more pictures. He's close to 6 feet tall now. He's 15. But he was diagnosed with Asperger's, OCD, ADHD, anxiety disorder. I mean, the list just went on. And they wanted to try meds on him. And so I ended up moving out to the little town where my daughter and the kids live, and getting a place there, and spent 6-8 months out there, kind of stepping in and removing him from, a school that was not supportive. And let me tell you, and taking him off 5 meds that were destroying him emotionally, mentally, and physically. So we did affirmations. I really tried to approach it as a whole, because I believe that it's spiritual, physical, mental. There's a lot of different aspects to it. But one of the things that we did was, and of course I am very blessed to be able to consult with Dr. Wallach, Dr. Glidden, some of the best NDs in the naturopathic doctors on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. And I've been doing this a long time, but getting to learn from them it's just been amazing. But so what we had to do, and he was also covered with psoriasis. So like alligator
Oh,
skin, that's really
wow.
itchy, and he had it from like his stomach down to his knees. And that's hard for a kid, you know. So this was like
Mm-hmm.
2010, 2011. And so taking him off the meds was difficult too because they have withdrawals. So we had to wean him off the meds and had to get fidget toys, and because they had him on all kinds of stuff. So then we dialed his diet in, which I'm gonna tell you that between the diet and the medical nutrition supplementation to support the brain with selenium and uh, essential fatty acids, and making sure he had the 90 essential nutrients with all the 60 minerals. But we began to nutrify this kid, get him off the med, wean him off the meds, do some affirmations, get some, just try to get him positive about himself, because some of those meds mentally are really, you know, he was having feelings of just um, really not wanting to be here and being very sad and very confused. And that was heartbreaking for me. But
Mm-hmm.
um, so then we decided after about 6 months, I mean, he's just started to have, I mean, the psoriasis, because a lot of people don't understand with eczema, psoriasis, and a lot of skin disorders, it is truly a food allergy. Um, the ADHD and the Asperger's, there's certain foods, when they have those foods, it causes the brain to swell, and and they get tics, and it causes the intestinal tract to swell. So we cleaned up the diet. We took him off all MSG food dyes, off all gluten, because the wheat that we have in our food today is not the wheat they talked about in the Bible. It has been completely remodified. Um, and the three big crops, GMO crops, the wheat, the soy, and the wheat, the soy. What's the other one? Sorry, I just went blank. Yeah, corn. Oh,
Corn.
of course, corn. So, you know, we had to pack his lunch. We then brought him to Boise, and you know, we co-parent. My daughter's a wonderful mother. She loves her son, but it really is awesome that I get to do this full time. So I can literally build my world around what's going on with him and support him. My daughter and her husband work hard. They work lots of hours. So he's here because we found the most incredible school for him here. He's flourishing, doing well. And then he's with his family, you know, every chance he gets. So it's been a good thing. But I got to tell you, the ability, when you understand that the body made itself, wants to heal itself, it needs the raw materials. Um, if you met Boston today, you would not be able to tell he had any of those diagnoses. He,
That's incredible.
yeah, his in school, the struggle is that it's a short-term memory thing for him. So they're working with him on that. But he's now, like I said, almost 6 feet tall. Um, he has developed people skills. Of course, I have him in counseling for the people skills and the social end of that.
Mm-hmm.
But his story is a miracle. It's just amazing. But it is a combination of, one, you know, the kind of support he has from his mom and dad and myself. The diet. The diet is key. And I have all this stuff on the website. Getting him off the chemicals and nutrifying his system, because if toxins are up here, nutrition's down here, there's a lot of red flags and you got a problem. So when you can do this and get the body completely
Mm-hmm.
nutrified and get the toxins out. So, you know, the sad part is, like with school lunches and the diet that most of the kids and the fast food that they're eating, there's really no nutrition. And so, you know, for him, those things were key. And the supplementation, selenium for soft tissue, and the magic of selenium for cancer, for reconnective tissue you know, it's a soft tissue. It really approaches soft
Mm-hmm.
tissue like eyes. His vision went from 2040 to 2015. He has pilot vision after
Wow.
all the supplementation. And selenium does great things. We've helped people in nursing homes with selenium after strokes, getting them out of the nursing home. And the more you learn, the more excited you get,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of people who just really love helping other people and love medical nutrition, and they love learning. So we've created websites and learning tools. So because we're just only one, I'm only one person, but we've found ways that we could really help a lot of people. So that
Mm-hmm.
that gets me up in the morning, and that's exciting for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why I wanted to share your story here with everybody because being able to do that from home and be able to have the time and freedom to be able to put that time in with your grandson is really worth every little bit that you have to do to be able to do
Mhm.
that. So, and I think you've covered everything that I wanted to ask you.
Well, obviously, yeah, obviously, I was counting on you asking me questions, but I just kind of, and I'm just
Yeah.
very passionate about what I do, and I tell people too, um, I turned 57 in January, so I look at a lot of people my age, and they don't have an exit strategy. They don't know what they're going to
Mhm.
do, and some of them, I don't know if they think the fairy godmother of retirement's going to drop something off, but it's kind of scary and it's hard. We've all worked hard all of our lives, but I I think direct sales and the networking arena it spoils you. You create a residual income, and that means you work really hard up front, and then you can create the freedom in your life as a reality. So I've been very, very blessed, and it's not an industry I'd ever thought I would end up in, but I can't
Yeah.
imagine doing anything else.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest key right there is that people need to realize that it is work in the beginning. It's not a get rich scheme by any means. It is work and you have to put the time in, but it's worth it because the tail end is exactly what you just said, is totally worth, that time to put into your family when needed, and have the income to support all that as well. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and when and it's in well, you're helping. I mean, it's the person that you. If you want to help other people, if you want to learn about medical nutrition and empowering other people to learn about their body and how to heal, healing's not that hard, but you have to understand that the body needs the raw materials to do that. The body's amazing and incredible. It wants to heal itself, but when people are, like I said, I'm not totally against the medical community. I'm just against, especially in this industry, what I see happen is they're going to get a prescription and they're going to get surgery. That's all the medical community knows. Thank God we are
Mhm.
in a time now where one of the reasons I didn't become a naturopathic doctor is there's huge liability, and the states are all different. But when you get to really educate and help people, that there is quality of life, that we are meant to live longer and to age gracefully. And it's, I can't, like I said, I can't imagine doing anything else. And I can't imagine not being able to help my grandson and my family and design my schedule every day in my life. It really, really spoils you. But you have to lay a foundation. And it is hard work in the beginning.
Mhm.
But I can't
Mhm.
imagine anything else.
Awesome. And it's been really awesome working with you too. So it's also the relationships that you build along the journey as well,
Yeah.
um, are incredible. So
Yeah, you're my
I've,
you're
I've,
my my Canadian princess. That's what I always call you, my girl in Canada. And I'm in Idaho, but it's
yeah,
awesome because we do get to see each other a couple times a year, and I know that your
yeah,
heart is similar to mine in that you really want to help other people and empower
yeah,
them. So
yeah,
thanks
absolutely.
thanks for having me, Dolly.
Oh, you're welcome. And I won't keep you any longer. I knew you have another meeting to get to, so hopefully this gives you enough time to get there and
Yep,
be settled.
yep, I
Yeah.
can see
Okay, so if anybody wants to read more about Boston's story, we'll put a link in the comments of Melissa's website, and she's got some really great information there as well on, diet, like what not to eat, the 10 bad foods list, all that kind of stuff. Really great information. So we'll put that in the comments so you can check it out. and also read about Boston stories. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If this is a replay for you, then you'll have to, I mean, if you're just getting on now, you'll have to watch the replay. So if you have watched this, I would love to for you to put in the comments where you watched this from. And Melissa and I will both say hello and thank you for joining us. So everybody have a great Monday. Thank you so much, Melissa, for joining me here on Mom Talk.
You're very welcome from Idaho.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Take care, everybody.